Just over 2 weeks ago now, at the end of March, we embarked on our cruise to the sun on the P&O IONA, on a journey to find some sunshine down at the Canary Islands. And embarkation was a really good start to the cruise, I have to say. We dropped our car at Cruise Parking Services CPS, which is right at the port of Southampton. They took a car away from us. We waited about 10 minutes for that to be taken. Took another 5 to 10 minutes to get our luggage out and across and given to the luggage handlers, and then we were able to join the queue to get into the terminal. We were within about half an hour of our 1:30 embarkation time, so we were able to join the queue, and the queue took about 15 minutes winding round until we then entered security and were able to get onto the gangway of the ship. Yay! So all pretty smooth, really. Now when you get onto the ship, you realise just what a big ship Iona is. It's the largest cruise ship, along with Arvia, built for the British market by P&O Cruises. It was built in Germany and it can accommodate over 5,000 guests, and I think on this cruise it was fairly full, I'd have to say. Predominantly adults, probably about 70-80 children on board on this cruise, but so mainly adults with some families as well. The Iona is about 5 years old now. It was built in October 2020 in Germany, and it's 345 metres long. And certainly when you get on the ship, if you haven't cruised before or you've only been on smaller ships, you'll soon realise just how big it is. But first view was it was a very attractive ship, and we soon got to find our way around. Now everybody goes on cruises, loves the food, right? So let's get straight into food and dining menus and what I thought of them. It was I think it's my 23rd cruise now. I've had 250 sea days, so I've been on 6 different cruise lines now, and the Iona, it has 4 main dining rooms, and we tried all of those. I have to say there was a reasonably good choice. It was consistently good, and I think for what we paid it was very good value. Had some really nice meals in main dining. There's also the olive grill, which is a bit of a hybrid, so it is included in your fare, but there are also some additional paid dishes in there as well. It's a beautiful venue on deck 8 of the ship, on the promenade deck, and you can see out of the windows over the promenade into the ocean. Really nice decor in the restaurant, and the food in there was very good indeed. I think we ate about 3 to 4 times in olive grill, once at lunchtime and 2 to 3 times in the evening. It does pizza, it does lamb gyros, and some other variants as well, some pita breads. I particularly liked the lamb gyros, I have to say. In terms of the buffet, the more casual dining, the buffet and the Horizon restaurant at the top of the ship gets very busy indeed. We did manage to find a table reasonably well. The only time we struggled was around about 9 to 9:30 a.m. At breakfast time. And personally, we preferred to go down to the quays if we were going to use the buffet for breakfast. But I have to say, since COVID, the P&O buffet had gone downhill a bit for me, but this was the buffet back to its best. This was one of those great days when you would fill your plate full of Lancashire hot pot, shepherd's pie, curry and chilli, all at the same time. So a lot of the favourites were back, and it was reasonable quality as well, and a pretty nice place to sit overall. So yeah, buffet pretty good. Personally, in the evening, I prefer the more formal dining restaurants, but we did use it for lunch quite a bit. The Keys is the other buffet on the ship, which is on deck 8. This is a lot more relaxed. It's smaller. There's less choice down there, but they do have the wonderful hook, line and sinker fish and chip shop, which I did like very much. The fish and chips there were kind of a 9 out of 10 for me. There's also the Asian fusion, where they do katsu chicken every day during the day, and a different type of meal in the evening. And there's burgers and hot dogs and chicken burgers there, the grill as well. And it's a lovely place to sit, and you can actually sit outside on the big wide promenade deck on deck 8 as well. So yeah, really like the Keys on Deck 8. In terms of the additional dining restaurants, we visited Sindhu, my daughter and I, and we really liked that. Was it amazing? If you've seen my other review on the channel, you know I didn't think it was amazing, but it was pretty good for what we paid. Really enjoyed it. It kind of added to the whole experience as well. Speaking to other people, the Keel and Cow, the beach house, which I've been to before and really enjoyed, the Epicurean and the Limelight had all gone down really well with the passengers on the ship. So plenty of choice for additional dining, and really good reviews on that as well, and certainly from our own experience, we enjoyed it too. Once again, Taste 360, which is the upstairs grill area with the ready-made burgers, etc., and pizzas, is just not for me. I've got to say, I think this could be a lot better. I much prefer the Princess Grill, where it's all kind of cooked freshly there. So that's just okay for me. It's one part of the overall food offering I think they could improve. Sundays and Ripples, the ice cream parlours, which is additional payment. We used about 5 or 6 times. Really enjoyed the ice creams there. They're a reasonable value and good quality as well, and that certainly added to our cruise. Black tie night. We used the formal dining. There's also chef's table. Now be aware, if you're booking chef's table, it is just the same menu as you get in the main dining rooms. It's just they cordon off a part of the buffet area, make it a bit nicer, and they call it the chef's table. We've done that a couple of times before, so it's quite nice, but it isn't any different to what you will get in the main dining rooms. There's a reasonable quality room service menu as well, and I have to say, overall, certainly for what we paid for on cruise, I think it was really good value for food. I'd give it 8 out of 10. It's not amazing if you're looking for super duper fine dining. Well, you pay the extra, maybe to go to the Epicurean and places like that if you want that little bit extra quality on your cruise. But overall, I'd say it's a good quality food offering, and I really enjoyed it. Now, entertainment. Well, there were some really good shows on this cruise, the Headliners Theatre in particular, and we really enjoyed the band Iris, a lady band who played a couple of times. Also King Jamshid, a piano player extraordinaire, was absolutely fantastic. Rocks we enjoyed. We loved the Freddie Mercury impressionist. We didn't really enjoy the comedian who'd been on Britain's Got Talent in the past. He wasn't really for us. I think he was still telling the same jokes from a few years ago, but certainly a fair few people did enjoy him. So there's a good variety there. Headliners Theatre, as usual, had some good quality shows on. But the caveat on this is, if you are a regular P&O goer, then you may be a little bit disappointed, because Festival, Sky's the Limit, and Digital are still the shows 18 months later. So yes, we have seen those a few times ourselves. They're good shows. They're not great, they're just good, but they are enjoyable, and we enjoyed watching them again. Heading off in the Arvia in a couple of weeks, I probably won't be watching them again. Of course, the Take That musical was on, which we found very good indeed. We've seen this in the UK, in the theatres here. We've also watched the film, and the Headliners did a pretty good job of that. So their main theatre entertainment was good, but it was entertainment all over the ship. The clubhouse has a lot of trivia, family children's disco early in the evening at about 6:45. There's bingo, they had a murder mystery, and guest presenters as well. And in the Sky Dome, we really enjoyed it up there. So we would watch a theatre show and then maybe head up to the top of the ship where we watch the acrobatic shows. The sound quality is not the best up there. The acoustics don't work so well for the musicians. Really good for the acrobatics though, and it is a very good venue as well. So we enjoyed it then. Of course, it's handy for the buffet being next door for your late night snacks. And there's acts all around the atrium as well, with pianists and dancers galore. So there's a lot of entertainment going on. Again, I'd give this a solid 8 out of 10 for P&O. It was a good offering. We were never short of things to do. There's also the cinema, 4-screen cinema you can go to as well. And we watched the Wicked, the premiere of Wicked at sea actually in the Headliners Theatre, which they put on an additional sea day. So all in all, yeah, I don't think you'd be too disappointed with the entertainment. It was pretty good offering. Now, there are a massive variety of cabins on Iona. We this time went for an inside cabin, offered really good value for us. We had 2 adults and 2 children. It was square and it was functional. We didn't really want to spend too much time in there. We were hoping for some good weather. It had a sofa, which you could sit on and then convert it into a kind of Pullman bed, sofa bed for the two teenagers, and a double bed, a reasonable sized bathroom. There wasn't that much room to move in there, but it was okay. It did okay, and it was nice deco as well. But they do, of course, have the sea view cabins. They have the larger inside cabins, which you can pay for, which are about twice the size of the cabin we had, coming in at, I think, over 200 square feet. And there's a range of balcony cabins. The standard balcony size is quite small, but there's a deluxe balcony, which is good. And also there is the controversial conservatory mini suites as well, which we quite like, but some people don't like the fact that the balcony overlooks the promenade and doesn't give you much privacy. So be aware of that if you're thinking of booking one of the conservatory mini suites. And of course, there is for you very lucky people, there is the range of more deluxe suites on the ship as well. So plenty for everybody. There are many bars on the ship, really good range on Iona. We particularly liked Brody's for the pub atmosphere. We watched the England match on there. They have a lot of sport on the TV, some pub games as well, pool table. So, if you want a traditional kind of British pub atmosphere, then Brody's is a good one. The clubhouse is a good family atmosphere and also has entertainment in there. Some of the headliners theatres acts appear in there as well, and you can walk outside on a sunny evening to one of my favourite venues, the Sunset Bar, where you can hopefully watch the sun setting. Absolutely beautiful out there. As I say, it's one of my favourite spaces. The service on the ship was overall very good. I actually was pleasantly surprised. Gratuities are all included within your price on P&O, which does make the cruise fare particularly good value. For this cruise, we had paid £2,000 for a family of 4 for 2 weeks for our Canary Islands cruise, and we also got onboard credit as well. So really good. Duties all included, as I say. Cabin service it was good. The service around the ship, there was bringing drinks to you on deck. There's good waiter service on the decks. Friendly service in the bars. In the restaurants in particular, the service was excellent in the main dining areas and in Sindhu that we used as well. So yeah, really friendly, really pleased with that too. Again, it was like an 8 out of 10 for me. The swimming pools look lovely, but they're too small really for swimming. So they're splash pools essentially, predominantly, particularly when you've got a lot of kids on the ship. So if you're hoping to do your lengths, you're probably going to struggle a bit, or you're going to have to get up early or maybe late in the evening. But they really are. They look nice. They're endless pools. They look beautiful, but they really are just splash pools. There is, however, an excellent amount of hot tubs upstairs and on the promenade deck on 8. And there always seem to be space in the hot tubs. There's some beautiful ones situated all around the ship. Absolute plethora of them. And it has what I think with Arvia is probably the best promenade at sea. Let me know what you think about that. It's a beautiful wide promenade that goes all the way around. You can sit on it, you can dine on it. Our first cruise was on the Aurora some 15 years ago. We loved the promenade there, but this actually blows it away. It's huge. As I say, you can eat out there, drink out there, you can play, there's shuffleboard, etc. around there as well. It's an absolutely stunning promenade. Absolutely love that. Now, if you get bored on a sea day, there are a fantastic range of onboard shops when at sea, from sweets to handbags to perfume to merchandise. Of course, they're not all cheap. They've got a captive market, but if you like a bit of shopping, you won't be disappointed. And we particularly liked the Candy King. You can get a tub of sweets for £3.50. You get about 300 grams in the pot, so it's one of the most reasonable value things in the shop, and we used to take that to the theatre with us, and we particularly enjoyed that. The kids clubs, not up to usual standard on this cruise. P&O generally we found have excellent kids clubs, and I'm sure this one is too. There weren't so many kids using the clubs. Didn't seem to be as many activities on, probably because of that. Our kids didn't really go, and I think the other teenagers on the ship didn't really go as well, so not quite the same. We're on Arvia in a couple of weeks. It'll be interesting to know see the difference, because I think there's a lot more kids going on the ship at the end of April. So we'll be able to compare the two, and I'll be doing that on this channel as well. We generally find the P&O Kids Clubs excellent, but this one was a little bit quieter than normal. Now, the ports on this cruise I'll just touch on. Absolutely superb. We are going to do the Britannia later in the year, which has similar ports, because we absolutely loved the Canary Islands in particular, Fuerteventura, Gran Canaria, Tenerife. We love Madeira as well, and Vigo and A Coruna. All of the ports, you can just walk off the ship and do your own thing. You don't need to do any excursions. There's hop on, hop off buses if you want to do something on your own. Taxis at most of the ports. And for all of them, you can just walk off and either go to the beach or go around the town as well. So yeah, we found that a really, really great range of ports. One of my favourite itineraries. So we disembark tomorrow in Southampton, which means tonight you've got two choices with your luggage. You can either keep it and you can disembark yourself when you on the day. Just carry your bags off the ship. So if you're able enough to do that, you can do that. Or you're going to put them outside of your cabin tonight, and you're going to let the porters take them away, and then you're going to have a nice breakfast. You're going to trundle off and you're going to pick up your bags in the main terminal, and you're going to see us do that in the morning. And then we're going to put all of these outside the cabin for the porter to take away. And we're not going to see them until tomorrow. Well, at least I hope we're going to see them tomorrow. So here we go, the luggage has started to appear. So everybody's putting it in the corridor, ready to be taken away so they can pick it up at the terminal when they get off tomorrow. That's the easy way to do it. Hello. Well, it's disembarking day. We've made it out of the cabin and we've come down for breakfast in the main dining room here at Pearl. So you've got to be at your cabin by 8 AM. It's a bit difficult getting lifts on disembarking day, but we're down now, ready for a nice breakfast here. It's a bit easier than the buffet, that's for sure. And then we'll go and see whether the bags are where they're supposed to be. Oh, leaving day breakfast. Breakfast has arrived on this final morning. Look at that. So I've got this lovely breakfast, and then about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, we're just going to head off to the gangway, hopefully walk off, and we're going to see our bags in all their glory waiting for us. Then we're going to head up to Lincolnshire. It's about a 4-hour drive, guys. So yeah, that's the way to do a disembarkation of a cruise ship. And we're off. Head down to luggage collection. It's quite a walk around the zigzags. So off at deck 6. Only another 2 miles. We started here. Whoa! We're going down there. And there we go, we're in the baggage hall. We're disembarked. Let's find our luggage. Carnage at the port. No trolleys. Unbelievable. Oh, got people fighting over trolleys. Yeah. We've got the guys who work here literally running people over with the trolleys.
Our suitcase is missing.
Suitcase missing. Got it back now. Not a really great show here, but anyway, let's move on. We are disembarked officially. We're on our way. And we're disembarked. We're just going to walk across to CPS and get our car now. Guys, remember, don't get stressed. Don't ruin your holiday. It works out. It's a bit messy, a bit busy this morning. But we've got all our bags. Heading over to the car now. And actually, it was only about 15-20 minutes getting from the ship out here into Southampton. In summary, I really enjoyed the Iona. It was excellent value for money. For what we paid, as I say, 2k for the 2 weeks for the family of 4, and you have to judge everything really in terms of what you paid. Is the food offering that of Disney or maybe even Princess or Celebrity? Probably not, but then you're paying 2-3 times. I'm on Disney later in the year and we've paid more than twice the price for that cruise, so I would expect a little bit more. But in general, everything was good value. It was a good atmosphere on the ship. The facilities are great. It's a beautiful ship. We had some terrible weather one day, and Iona handled it absolutely superbly. There were 33 feet waves not far away from us, but she seemed pretty stable to me. We were midship in our room, and if you suffer from seasickness, I'd definitely recommend that for you as well. So would I go on the Iona again? Yeah, I think I definitely will be. Definitely be on the agenda for the future on the Arvia in just a couple of weeks. So if you don't want to miss some of the vlogs I'll be doing from the Arvia, seeing some of the fun we get up to there, and also my review and tour, etc. afterwards, and comparing the two ships, then please feel free to subscribe to the channel. It's completely free and you won't miss any of that. But until then, thanks for watching. Carpe diem, everyone. Take care.